Just first little video on winterizing. So the water tank, there's one on each side. What I do, I got those straps underneath them. Pump all your water out. You just let it run until both tanks are dry. Your selector switch is over here. It says port and starboard. Pump both tanks dry. Lift up the tanks with those straps, so one end so it's tilted. The intake is on the forward end of the tanks at the bottom of it. So if you tilt it, you get rid of that last inch of water. It goes down and goes the intake. You pump it almost dry. Cap is right here, okay, and just open up the cap on those things. Make sure they're shut tight. If they're not, your fresh water will splash out and it'll go all in your bilge. But when you're winterizing, that's the only time they ever open is winterizing, and then pour your antifreeze in there while the tank is tilted up. The antifreeze will run down to the forward end of the tank because of the tilt, okay, and then what you need to do is, next thing you do, when that's dry, water tank. Bypass your hot water tank. Okay, will not work if you don't bypass your hot water tank. So to do that, I use this thing. Okay, fitting. I got to take off the outlet right here, and I got to take off the inlet, which is way down at the bottom there. A little bit of pain in the ass. Take the hose clamps off, pull them off. If everything's hot, they come off easily. If it's cold, it's just a struggle. And put that in, and then just bypass. Run the water circuit through there. Drain the water tank at the bottom right here. Okay, I use a shop vac. I just put it underneath, suck all the water up, and my hot water tank's good for the season. Okay, next thing, I just run my pressurized water. Usually I use the starboard tank, and I just put a little bit of antifreeze in that, and I run that till it's dry. And you got to run antifreeze through. Just open up your taps, one at a time. So you go through go over to the kitchen sink, open up the cold tap till you see antifreeze come out. Open up the hot water tank in there till that comes out. Next, go up to the head and do the head sink hot and cold. Do the shower hot and cold. And there's one more that you should do, and that is in the aft locker on the aft hull outside, top of the walk-up stern, and there is a connection for a deck shower. Actually, the deck shower handle, just the fitting was broken. And so it's not there. And anyway, that thing, there's a valve in the end of it. You'll want to run that till antifreeze comes through. And that is it for winterizing the water system.